You again a little bit later. I want to actually pick up now on an interview you did earlier with ANC election head Fikile Mbalulla. Very interesting interview. He spoke about the fact that the ANC is expecting to drop below 50% support, but he also spoke about load shedding, and of course we know that Eskom announced a little earlier this afternoon that from 4 o'clock we were back in those power cuts until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and very likely more. Well, Fikile Mbalulla saying that those power cuts definitely impacted voter sentiment in the run-up to the poll, also affected turnout, and he reckons the problems around power supply and Eskom need to be urgently addressed. Let's take a listen.
We need to kill the monopoly of Eskom. Unfortunately, we have to address issues of Eskom in the middle of a campaign. Monopoly of Eskom when it comes to electricity is what is a disaster for South Africa. We need to diversify. Eskom has got old power stations and all of that need to be refurbished. That is the biggest challenge you've got, but also the monopoly. So we need to diversify. Independent power producers need to come to the party, and that is what will work. Mixed approach is what will work for us going forward. And then we need to also ensure that the local government, like in Johannesburg, they've started to also have their own capability. In that way, we will address these issues, but we need a compact with the people. We can't do it alone. We need to agree with the people. Do you want prepaid, or what do you want? Come to the party, you pay, and that is it. So it's not just an easy issue. Blame it on one person, blame it on, we need to diversify and do that vehemently and with determination.
But that's taking long because you know, we heard recently bidders being announced to supply power, but it's going to take 3 years before they can contribute to the national grid. 3 years is a long time, and people are going to be peeved off about it because for the next 3 years it's going to happen over and over and over. The
problem with Eskom, we deal with it like the tap and the Leipzig way. Ad hoc, switch on and off. When there is load shedding, we make noise. And then we are assured by those who manage Eskom that no, within a period of time, load shedding is gone. Tell South Africans, confront them and tell them within a year, you will experience load shedding. And I promise you that within a year, there will be no load shedding, and these are the things that we are doing. The problem is tap and Leipzig way. We come to people with, and that is why as the ANC we said to Eskom, give answers. Minister came out and all of that. I can tell you now that you will have trains next week at Prasa, when I know that you will not have trains. And that is why I shut down Mabopane, I shut down Cape Central, and then I'm building there. I can only be failed by management and the board of Prasa. But I need to be able to tell our people, these are the harshest realities that face them. They don't have enough money to basically, without trains, to get into the taxis every day. It affects them negatively, and if it affects them negatively, it affects me.
So are you happy with your deployees in government that are dealing with the Eskom matter as a party?
The ANC will make that evaluation, and I think our own comrades have done their part. And some of these entities have
they haven't done enough because of your statement last week. Listen, you said it yourself.
Yes, that is true. They've not done enough because these entities have been bankrupted over time. And then they faced state capture, which report is still
happened under your watch.
It happened under our watch, and we are dealing with that, and it will never happen ever again. And that is why we had the state capture thing. So these entities have been dealt with. We forget quickly. In less than a year or 2 years, we are expected to reverse huge ballooning corruption that has been brought by state capture at Eskom, and that should have actually been done just over a couple of months. What is a lack maybe on our part we need to admit in this social compact is to intensify communication and telling the people the truth as it is. What are we dealing with, and how far will we go to address some of the challenges?
ANC election head Fikile Mbalulla speaking to my colleague Shahan Ramkassoon a little earlier.